6. On the outside from Oswego, the 55 of Roger Clark. Clark in the number 55 outside in row number 10. 11th row on the inside, the 08 from Oswego, Gary 57. Rounding out the field from Oswego, 12th row inside, the 48 of Bobby Smith. Smith in the 48, and on the outside, the number 20 from Ottawa, Canada, Michael Armstrong. Armstrong in the number 20, his first amateur event here at the Oswego Speedway, the former Terry Johnson car. And Armstrong is sponsored by Grand Rental Station from Fulton, I believe. He is the first super modified driver we've ever had here from Ottawa. Norris says I'm right. Pace car pulls in the rear pit gate entrance. Coming down out of turn number 4. Hogue and Ritzkus. Green flag is out. Ritzkus off the outside. It's a good jump. He takes the lead as the 16 of Dean Hogue hangs on to his coattails for second. Right there with him, the number 9 of Steve Gioia. Running in third. Bellinger looking for move. Back in the pack. They come around to complete lap number 1. Ritzkus, the leader. Gioia comes to the inside. He is working on Dean Hogue for 7th. Second, Bellinger takes over 4th. Hogue tries to race with him. Can't quite do it. Falls back to 3rd. Randy Ritzkus is the leader. Steve Gioia running 2nd. It is Dean Hogue in 3rd. The 0-2 and Bellinger 4th. Now here is Gioia on the inside of Ritzkus, and he takes the lead. Pat Abold has now moved up to 5th. Kenny Sowell running in 6th. Dave Lair trying to hang on to 7th. Steve Gioia started outside in row number 2. Picked the car off every lap and takes over the lead. Here in lap number 3, Bellinger now goes by Hogue to take over 3rd. And now Pat Abold gets underneath Hogue as well. He moves into 4th. Dean drops back just in the top 5. He is running in 5th. Early race leader Randy Ritzkus still in 2nd, trying to hang on. It is the deuce of Joe Hawksby in 6th, followed by the 1 of Mike Ordway. But Ordway gets underneath Hawksby. He moves up to 6th and sets sail after the 16 of Dean Hogue. It is Steve Gioia in front. Randy Ritzkus 2nd, about for 3rd between Bellinger and Abold. Hogue in trouble in the corner. Can he save it? No, he cannot. The yellow flag is out. Yellow is out as Dean Hogue, running hard, trying to stay in the top 5. He got sideways coming into the first turn. Denny, he actually did a sensational job there.
He sure did. He took and didn't wreck the car. He did a good job on that particular spin.
Your race leader, Steve Gioia, who made some really fine early race moves to take the lead. Randy Ritzkus running 2nd, Eddie Bellinger 3rd, Pat Abold in 4th, and Joe Hawksby 5th. Mike Ordway 6th, the green flag back out. They hit the white stripe over in the corner. Ordway comes to the outside. Abold comes to the inside. He can't do it in there. Slides out a little bit, but Ordway is on the outside of him now. The battle for 3rd and 4th and 5th. Bellinger trying to hang on with Ordway and Abold right behind him, running side by side. Steve Gioia, your leader, coming out of the corner. Abold now gets passed by Ordway. Ordway on the outside, goes by Abold, throws a few sparks as he bottoms out, gets a good bite out of turn 2. Abold on the outside of Bellinger. He is by Bellinger to take over 3rd. The high point man, brother Mike Ordway, goes by Bellinger on the outside. Now Abold working Bellinger on the inside. Ordway, the high point man, making some great moves, gets up to 3rd. But it is Steve Gioia, the race leader, running 17:68 on that last lap. Randy Ritzkus, a tough runner, in 2nd. Mike Ordway is now 3rd. The battle for 4th. The yellow flag is out. We got a crash up in turn 3. That is Jack Carr, the 06. Carr facing the wrong way now. 6 laps have been completed. They'll hit the green flag at the stripe. Green right there, and right away, Mike Ordway looking for room, coming to the outside. Here comes Gosick. Here comes Ordway to the inside. Abold to the inside. There's going to be a real shake-up at the top. Whoa, we got the car out of shape in the corner. Roger Clark doing a fine job to save it. He was headed towards the wall and wrestled it around. They come around to complete lap number 7. Your leader is Joya. Ordway is now second, Ritzkus in third. Abold is fourth, Bellinger fifth, Muldoon is sixth. And now here comes the 52 of Sharkey and the 01 of Gosick working on the 2 of Hawksby. Your leader's down across the stripe. Joya now trying to hang on, but he's got a 1 of Ordway behind him. Your leaders are running 17-7. Bellinger trying to hold off Muldoon in their battle for 5th. Beyond that, the next battle is for 8th with Gosick on the outside trying to make a move. Gosick driving the Jeff West 01, but Bentley Warren comes by him on the inside, and Warren picks up the spot. Now Warren goes to work on the 52 of Bill Sharkey. Your leaders down the chute, the 9 of Joydway, the 9 of Joya. Ordway running in second, and some smoke off the tire on the last lap. It seems to have cleared up. The yellow flag is out as Roger Clark goes to the pits. He had a problem between 3 and 4. Al Joya has the lead in the Nestle Plunge number 9. The white flag has been displayed. The pace car will pull into the rear pit gate entrance. The 1 of Ordway, the 3 of Ritzkus, 05 Abold, and 02 of Bellinger round out the top 5. The pace car is in. They hit the stripe. Green flag is out. We're back to racing. And right away, Mike Ordway goes to work on Joya. Abold comes on Ritzkus. Down to the inside. He couldn't quite do it. Bill Sharkey looked to the inside of the Noosa Hawksby as well. He also could not do it. They came close down here in turn number 1. Now Sharkey is underneath Hawksby in turn 3. They come together, and into the wall goes Hawksby and Sharkey. As Ordway got underneath Joya, the yellow flag came out. The 52 of Bill Sharkey, the 2 of Joe Hawksby, and Denny, we saw it setting up. Pace car is in. They hit turn number 3. Green flag is out. Joya and Ordway running first and second. Here comes Abold to the inside of Ritzkus as Ordway goes to the outside of Joya, and there is definite smoke off the right rear of the Ordway number 1 as Ordway puts a challenge on the 9 of Joya. He comes around. Ordway, no, Joya battles back. Ordway on the outside now. Again, he bottoms out, and again, some smoke comes off the right rear of the car, but Ordway has taken the 1 out into the lead. Steve Joya now running in second. Randy Ritzkus is third. Track officials watching the number 1 of Ordway, and I believe the smoke is getting heavier off the right rear of that car every time around. It could be a panel rubbing. It could be a brake problem on the number 1. We don't know, but we know there is smoke, and it's getting heavier off the right rear of the number 1. Joya running in second. Ordway turning laps at 17:48. Ordway the leader. Joya running in second. Ritzkus is third. Pat Abold running in fourth. Mike Muldoon has taken over 5th. Eddie Bellinger is 6th. Bentley Warren is now 7th. And whoa! Danny Sowell into the wall in the 32. The car just broke loose going into the corner. And I believe we're going to see a black flag for Mike Ordway. Al, the pace car leading him around, goes into the back pit gate entrance. They are working on the front end of the 32 of Danny Sowell. Green flag in turn 3. Apparently the 16 of Dean Hogue jumped the start. He's going to get penalized 1 lap. Now here comes Joe Gosick on the outside of Bentley Warren. Mike Ordway is the leader. Steve Joya running second. Randy Ritzkus hanging on to third. Pat Abold and Mike Muldoon in the top 5. It's a battle after that with Bellinger, Warren, and Gosick right tight together. Warren working on Bellinger. Could not find the way by as Joya runs in that runner-up spot. Ordway pulls a little bit ahead. 17-8. The time for your race leader, the number 1 of Mike Ordway. And again, a big puff of smoke in the corner. 17-589 that lap. Ordway out in front. Joya running in second. Ritzkus is still third. Then it is Abold and Muldoon fourth and fifth. The battle for sixth with Bellinger, Warren, and Gosick right there. Here comes Kenny Bell. Bell up to ninth. He is now the Kicks FM up-and-comer position. Right behind him, the 28 of Eric Lewis. Joya gets a little bit high between 3 and 4. Ordway, the race leader. Steve Joya running second. Now the battle going on for third. Pat Abel trying to get underneath. The number 3 of Randy Ritzkus couldn't do it. Gary Sorrell bangs the wall between 1 and 2. He made a save out there, though. 17-5 as Sorrell keeps going. Then Bentley Warren, Joe Gosick, Kenny Bell, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Then you've got a lap car as the rest of the field kind of falls back off the pace fairly quickly. Dave Lair moves up to 10th now. Here's Abel trying to get to the inside of the 3 of Ritzkus. The yellow flag is out again. A spin in turn 4. That is again Terry Johnson. In the pits, Terry Johnson, 48 Bobby Smith brings out the yellow flag. He spun. In between 3 and 4, I don't believe he hit anything, and all his tires are still up.
And so I think they're just going to have to do a little bit of changing on the suspension.
Green flag again in turn 3. Joya, Ritzkus, Abel, Muldoon, Bellinger, Warren. In that order, here's Abel again, down low. This time he gets underneath Ritzkus. They're side by side. Ritzkus tries to pinch him in. And Randy with the power into the third turn. Now Muldoon goes to the outside of Abel. Muldoon trying to pick up his Bentley. Warren comes to the outside of Bellinger. Ritzkus running in second. Warren takes over fifth from Bellinger as Abel now fights off Muldoon for third. Your leader is Steve Joya for a moment. He's got a little breathing room. Randy Ritzkus running in second. The battle for third. Abel there. Muldoon is fourth. Then it is Bentley Warren, Eddie Bellinger, Joe Gosick, Kenny Bell in that order. They are running right tight together. 23 laps have now been completed. We have just gone over the halfway mark. The lead belongs to the 9 of Steve Joya. He had the early lead, lost it to Mike Ordway. Ordway then got black flag for a motor smoking. Joya took the lead back, and he has run comfortably out in front ever since. Randy Ritzkus and Abel have now pulled away from Mike Muldoon. Muldoon back in fourth. Warren, Bellinger, Gosick, and Bell in that order. Then it is Eric Lewis and Dave Lair, the top 10. And everybody, of course, remains in the lead lap with the amount of caution flags we've had tonight. It is Joya the leader. Ritzkus, Abel, Muldoon, Warren, and Bellinger in that order, the top 6, as Joya turns in the fastest lap of the feature, a 17-4. Todd Stoll way high down here in turn 1. Out of 2, finally wrestles it back down in the groove. Abel now working on Ritzkus for second. A 17:52, the last lap for Joya. Steve's got the lead. The battle for second goes on. Ritzkus and Abel with Muldoon in fourth, Bentley Warren fifth, but Warren not closing up at all on the leaders. Eddie Bellinger running in sixth, Gosick seventh, Bell is eighth, Lewis ninth, Lair 10th. Hogue has been penalized a lap for passing before the green. Ritzkus puts a lap on Bobby Smith. Now Abold and Muldoon move up behind Smith. They'll go by him single file on the outside. Here comes Steve Joya out at turn number 4. Joya just continues to build his lead. That lap a 17-7, and Joya's advantage over Ritzkus right now is 1 8/10 of a second. Almost 2 full seconds as Joya has been extremely strong in that Nestle Crunch number 9. He may want to keep those old body panels on. 17-6 that lap, 8 laps to go. Ritzkus still running in second. Abold trying to catch him up again. Muldoon back there in fourth. Abold working on Ritzkus earlier, almost got himself into the inside hub rail. Passing flag is out for Howie Page. On the outside, Joya puts a lap on Page. Now there are 11 cars unofficially in the lead lap. Gosick and Kenny Bell in a battle. Gosick slows down coming out of turn number 2. I don't know if he sort of bogged down. It looked like he may have had a fuel flow problem in the second quarter. Keep your eye on the 0-1 of Joe Gosick. He's got a problem now. Gosick in the 0-1. Kenny Bell goes to the outside. 17-9. Joya has slowed down. There's Joya in front. Ritzka second. Abold third. Muldoon fourth. Bentley Warren fifth. The brakes on the 0-2 of Bellinger are red hot on the left front. Gosick takes the 0-1 to the pits. I told you he had been slowing down. I don't know what the problem was, but he has gone to the pits in the 0-1. Now there are 4 laps left. Looked like a little puff of smoke out of the tree of Ritzkus that time. Here is Abold on the inside. Tries to fight his way in. And boy, the tree of Ritzkus comes to a blazing halt on the outside of turn number 3. I think he blew the motor. He had a flash of flames underneath the car, Denny. It looked like a bad ending for the number 3 tonight of Ritzkus. He was running great. We see the stream of oil behind him. He's out of the car. There is a little bit of an oil fire on the engine.
Yeah, it looked like he may have launched either a rod or an oil line, one or the other, and got it on the header and caught fire. Fortunately, it didn't flare up any more than it did.
Well, there is still fire burning on the engine. They hit it with the fire extinguisher and it goes out. Well, flames up again. We've got fire coming out of the... well, now it's fine. A little backflow of fuel coming out the headers. And Gosick had a little bit of a bad break there. I think he stalled out in the pits. Wait a minute, you got a... Nope, they didn't. I thought it was going out on the track, and they did not. There's the green flag as I was watching what was happening. Muldoon comes to the outside, Abold the inside. They're working on Joya down the back chute. Abold trying to hold off Muldoon. Joya out in front, trying to hold them both off. Coming down the front chute. Now there are 3 laps to go. Joya hanging on. Looks inside and outside. He's got cars on both sides of him. Abold coming to the inside, and he spins on the back chute. Pat Abold spins coming out of turn number 2. Well, this race is going to be a red flag for refueling. We have run enough laps under the yellow to necessitate a refueling stop. Unfortunately, with just 3 laps to go, Abold is straightened around. So the pace car comes out, will stop down on the front straight.
Ask Gary Morton about that. A master of restarts, but every now and again you get stung if you get on it too fast.
Yeah, you get the red light in drag racing, and that's what happens. Pace car down low. We're ready to restart the Piscatell Stone 45. Setting the pace. Green flag in the corner. Joya played a little cat and mouse on that one. Broke up the rhythm of Muldoon, so he's got a good shot coming down the front chute. Kenny Bell underneath Eddie Bellinger on the restart. Bell and Bellinger battle it out for 4th, and Bell takes the spot away from Bellinger. Muldoon works in behind. Here comes Bentley Warren to the outside of Muldoon. Muldoon bogged down coming out of turn 3. 2 laps to go. Joya is the leader. Muldoon running second. Here's Kenny Bell working on Bentley Warren. Bell has made a great run. He is up to 4th, trying to come on for 3rd. White flag is coming out this time. Joya's got this one in his hip pocket unless he makes a mistake. Muldoon is second. Warren 3rd. Bell and Bellinger 4th and 5th. In that order, Eric Lewis running in 6th. Kenny Bell, the Kicks FM up-and-comer, as your leader, comes out of the corner. The checkered flag, the win to Steve Joya. Muldoon is second. Warren 3rd. Bell is 4th. Bellinger 5th. Eric Lewis finishes in 6th. Pat Abold got back for 7th. 17:67, the last 2 laps for the race winner. As a tremendous run. It's been a tough year, but a feature always makes you feel a lot better. And coming down for the win in the Piscatell Stone 45, the feature winner. How about a great hand for Steve Gioia? And we're going to go down to the feature winner now with Bill Foley.
Who would have believed it, Steve?
Yeah, I know. We had our doubts earlier in the night if we could ever get the car hooked up. But
Can't believe the hope these guys.
there were a couple fast cars. Mike was real fast, and Pat was fast at the end. We were just fortunate to stay ahead.
Steve, at the end there, Pat Abel got the hub rail. You were in there, Mike Muldoon there. Did you feel anything at all?
Well, by the time I felt Pat was there, I looked down and I turned the car down and I saw him. It was too late. You know, I wouldn't have rubbed wheels with him on purpose. That's a bad thing to do. But he was in there the one time. But, you know, I came down and he was in there and, you know, I ended up in front. But it's always better to be in front. But.
Steve, I guess there's a story on this body. Some people say it's a revolutionary idea. I hear otherwise.
Yeah, it's really the back panels from last year. All the new panels were destroyed last week in that crash, so we went and put the old panels on. So I don't know, maybe that's the secret. Maybe we need more red on the car. I don't know.
Steve, racing rheumatism last Sunday, I'm sure. Did you get much time to work on the car?
Last Sunday, not too much. We unloaded the car and put it in the garage and walked away. You know, we looked at the damage and we had an idea what needed to be done for Wednesday night to get the car ready. So, you know, I give the crew a lot of credit. They worked very hard this week, as they always do, and they're the whole secret.
Steve, with a third at Lancaster on Wednesday, a first night, you think maybe it's finally turned around on you?
Well, I hope so. You know, we've been struggling all year. We made some changes. The car was pretty fast last year. We made some changes this winter. I was sure it was going to make the car faster, and it just has backfired, really. So now we're kind of stepping back and setting the car up more like it was last year.
Maybe you can relax tomorrow, Steve. Congratulations.
Thanks, Bill.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Gioia Jr. coming back from a wild ride last week in racing rheumatism to be in victory lane on Piscatell Stone 45 night at the Oswego Speedway.
Of course, he's going to get a new Goodyear tire.